If you're watching this video, you're extremely lucky because today I'm going to give all of it away for free. In this video, I'm going to literally go through our entire auto-converting cold message template, as well as I'm going to give away our entire outbound system with training, setter hiring processes, automations, all of that heavy gist. And basically, it's going to be an explanation of how we were able to book 294 qualified appointments in the last 3 months, as well as how we are able to generate these types of payouts, how we are able to generate $20,000 per week for our agency. This is the past couple of days. And basically, if you watch this video and you message me on Instagram, I'm going to send this entire worksheet over to you, and you will be able to implement this into your company. This is for completely free, right? If you message me, I'm going to send it over, and you will be able to implement the exact same outbound campaign into your company from tomorrow. It's basically copy paste. Okay, so let's start from the very, very beginning. All right, so you guys know that I love to share value for free, but this might probably be the craziest stuff that I have ever done, basically since I'm posting content on YouTube and I'm running my business. If you don't know who I am, my name is Zoltan Exidi. I've built a multiple six-figure B2C company as an online fitness coach. I have already scaled an agency to 7 figures, and I am currently scaling my current agency to 8 figures. We are heading to the 8-figure mark. And I have utilized and developed this entire outbound system throughout building these companies. So literally in this sheet, I'm going to give away everything I have learned with copy-paste processes. This is not just information. This is literal implementable steps into your business that you can start implementing today, so you can have these types of payouts and you can book this amount of calls yourself as well. It has been extremely well working for our clients too. Some of our clients are even doing better with this, right? For example, Matteo booked 518 calls in the past 3 months, which is absolutely insane. But if you're not as experienced just yet, then you can even just book live 60 calls per month with this, like one of our other clients as well. Okay, so at the end of the day, the most important thing is that in today's age, most people believe that outbound doesn't work, which is insane, right? And if you've been doing outbound, for you probably it doesn't work because Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn has never been this strict on actually restricting accounts and restricting people from sending outbound messages, right? Which is absolutely insane. So you might have already started sending messages, but you get restricted. You can send a big volume. You can send like 30 messages a day, and you just don't know how to do it. So what you do, and what most people do, is they start believing these marketing coaches who say that ads are the new thing, right? And then they start bleeding out from running unprofitable ads, right? Running profitable ads is extremely difficult. It's way more difficult than running a profitable outbound campaign. Now, that's also another thing that we teach to our clients and that we implement for our clients. By the way, this entire system that I'm going to explain, we do implement for our clients. So if you want to do it yourself, send me a message on Instagram. I'm going to send this process over. You can copy and paste it into your company. But if you want us to implement it for you, make sure that you sign up for a call with me, and then we can get it rolling, okay, if you qualify for our program. So there has never been a better time to take advantage of this restriction period that I was just talking about. And that's why me and our clients are making millions, right? That's why I share with you my exact outbound messaging system that has booked us 120 appointments in the last 30 days, generated 18K in 7 days alone. This is the 2024 version that works, right? This is another PayPal account that I have. I'm using multiple PayPal accounts as well as Wise, as well as Stripe. And we are getting payouts on all of those accounts because of this very, very process. Okay, so let's go through what exactly we are going to talk about in this insanely profitable sheet. Okay, so first, appointment setting systems, all right? We are going to go through our entire appointment setting systems and how you will be able to book this amount of calls. Best platforms to do cold outreach on, how to find quality leads, how to hit high volume, how to increase response rate, how to increase conversion rate, how to pre-sell prospects before the call, right? So all of this will be going over, all right? Now, obviously, I have some statistics for this as well. As you can see, for example, these are LinkedIn statistics. Back in the day, I made 6 figures only on LinkedIn, 11,000 cash credits, for example, in a single week, right? I use the same cold messaging template. If you're not tracking your lead generation, I don't know what the hell you're doing. We train our setters to track that. And obviously, this is, for example, an average day, for example, on Instagram, sending 826 outreaches, 53 qualified leads, and at least 1 close, right? This is usually that we have on Instagram, for example. So this is what we are going to go through, how we are able to automate this process. We are going to go through very heavily on AI automations, because if you're sending cold outreach just on your own, you're sitting there in front of your computer trying to send messages, it's not really going to work out, right? If you're sitting 4 hours in front of the computer sending cold outreach, of course it's not going to work out. Of course it's not going to be good. And then the other most important thing, what most business owners struggle with, is how to actually delegate this process, okay? Because if you are someone who calls themselves a CEO, yet you don't have a setting team, and you're literally wasting time talking with people in the DMs, then you're not a real CEO, right? You're lying to yourself. It's not going to, you're not going to scale your company. So most people can't find good setters. Most people can't find setters who listen to them. Most people can't find setters who are trustworthy or have conversational skills or can actually implement their offer, can actually know their offer. And this is what I'm going to explain, how we have scaled our company and built setter teams, right? If I can show you really, really quickly, for example, our setters here, just 1 second. For example, we have multiple setters in our team. Sarah, for example, is one of them. And they are performing extremely, extremely well. They are leveraging multiple accounts on every single type of social media that we utilize, and they are the best setters on the market. Obviously, we implement the same type of setters for our clients as well. And this is why our clients are scaling extremely fast. Okay, so I'm going to go through how you can hire setters like us and how you can do that copy and paste over and over and over again. Whether your setter leaves you for whatever reason, you can literally just repeat this process. You will never have a problem with hiring setters ever again. Okay, so how to find candidates, how to qualify candidates, how to interview candidates, setter training, management. All of these are copy-paste templates, okay? It's not just going to be information, it's an entire training that you can literally, for example, our setter training that I'm going to include, you will be able to just send it over to your setter and you don't even need to touch it. They are basically pre-trained by us for free. Thank me later, okay? So basically, important thing to note down, right? The math behind sending cold outreach. 15,000 outreaches, basically, let's say you send 15,000 outreaches per month. If you're below 15,000 outreaches, or at least I would say 9,000 outreaches a month, you're doing things seriously wrong, okay? Obviously, quality is extremely important, but if you can't hit high volumes with outreach, what the hell are you doing? This is another little thing that they don't tell you about ads. If you're not doing them well, then the only way that you can make profitable ads is if you spend a whole lot of fucking money on that, right? Now, obviously, we implement ad campaigns for our clients that has a high ROI and you don't need to spend extremely much on that, but most people need to spend a lot of money on ads, right? It's the same with outreach. If you don't have high volume and you can't solve high volume because quite literally you get restricted by all the social medias, it's not going to work, right? Response rate, 1,500 responses, booking rate, 150 calls, right? 120 calls show up. If you have a 10% closing rate, which means 12 closes on a $4,000 price point, which is the average market rate that people usually sell their services for, 48,000 cash collected, pretty similar to how one of our clients literally performed, for example, with this exact outbound campaign that we implemented for him 7 days after joining into our program, right? If you join our program, we are going to implement this entire system for you inside 7 days so you can start booking calls and start getting closes, right? Basically, it's going to be extremely profitable. The same statistics that I already showed, this is an average day for us, right? So if you're sending anything less than 500 messages a day, right, you're bleeding out, but it's rather should be up in the 1,000 mark, right? If you're not sending that, then you're not going to win. If you're not doing that automated and in a high quality way, you're not going to actually get success. Okay, so appointment setting system, the best platforms to do cold outreach, right? Many business owners leverage only one platform, which handicaps their business and stops them from growing their full potential, right? I keep watching these videos, I keep watching other people also doing content on these topics, and everybody just focuses on Instagram for some reason, right? They leave LinkedIn and Facebook out, when actually LinkedIn is the platform where I generated my first ever entire 6-figure in my life of doing business, right? So let me quickly show you how we are breaking down separately the LinkedIn and the Instagram and Facebook lead generation process, okay? I created separate templates for both of these as well and how we do that for our clients and our businesses. If you want these sheets as well, I can send over the entire thing and you can basically copy and paste these processes into your company. Okay, so the LinkedIn automation template, right? It's the absolute same. By the way, some proof here. This is basically my first 6-figure year as an online fitness coach. This is the transaction history from 2021 to 2022 tax year. I was living in the UK, so I had to give this in for HMRC, for tax return documents. And basically, as you can see, the payouts are absolutely freaking insane if you check them out, right? It's literally freaking insane. 1,500 pounds, 1,500 USD. This happened only on LinkedIn. So the first platform that I got a master in and I got a master on automating it is LinkedIn. And this is why for me it's insane that people just don't freaking talk about LinkedIn, right? So let's quickly go through it, right? And every statistics, right? Obviously we're on average making $10,000 per week when we scale to multiple 6 figures, right? Obviously it was a little bit up and down. That was a B2C company. I didn't utilize other platforms as well, but I think it's already pretty damn cool that you can generate 11,000 basically with this LinkedIn template, okay? So what's the most important, what you need, right? You need a refined portfolio. You need some kind of automation. We are going to use Everboot, right? And then you need an auto-converting DM system, right? For example, Steven here, we literally implemented the LinkedIn. He's literally just used LinkedIn as an online fitness coach as well. And he was making insane sales, right? He got his first client in the online fitness coaching space from LinkedIn with this exact system, with almost 1 to 2 hours of work only, invested every single day. Okay, so first of all, our top used automation tools, right? Everboot, Valaxy, and Drop Contacts and Expand.io, right? All of these can work extremely well. For example, Everboot is the one that we use the most, all right? So make sure that if you want to understand how to use Everboot and how to use these automations, send me a message. I'm going to send this sheet over. These are some other automation tools. What automations are good for is to save you time and for you to be able to message higher quality leads. Lead scrapers, automations, AI, all of this is included in this, and you can literally use any of these on the list. We have tried, tested, and already scaled to multiple 7 figures with using all of these only on LinkedIn. So make sure that you start using them, okay? Utilize them how it's explained in this sheet. That's extremely important, right? And then you obviously need to convert people, because once you automated the outreach process, right, which you should automate, because otherwise you won't be able to hit 10,000 plus DMs and leads, right? 10,000 plus outreaches a month. So that's why you need to automate it, especially if you're doing it on all platforms. But then you also need to convert these people into a call, right? Now, I'm not going to talk about content in this video, because I did a lot of videos about that as well. You need to have the right portfolio. You need to set everything up well so you can convert people. You need to have pre-selling content assets that we also create for our clients. You need to start selling in the content. But what this is about is that just to generate leads, and what you need in order for you to generate leads, once you can send a high amount of outreaches, once you have the right portfolio, is a good DM conversion system, right? In order for you to convert people in the DMs, right? Let's say you send 3,000 outreaches and you get 300 responses. 10% response rate is the market average for you to be able to perform well. Okay, this is why I need the right portfolio. If you don't have 10% response rate, you definitely need to sign up with us so we can put together your portfolio, right? 30 calls, let's say, 10% booking rate, closes 5 to 10 closes from that in a month, right? $15,000 to $30,000 depending on your price point. Okay, it's this easy. It's basic math, right? So just on LinkedIn, you can get to 30K a month, right? We did get to 30K a month just on LinkedIn. So with an almost copy-paste niche-specific LinkedIn DM template for B2C and B2B business separately, you will be able to get ahead of your competition, okay? This is the exact DM framework, okay? So I included the exact DM frameworks in both of these, right? The B2C and the B2B, because we have both of them, DM frameworks. You need to utilize different DM frameworks for that. These are our entire DM frameworks, right? These are our entire DM frameworks as well. So make sure that you utilize all of them, okay? That's extremely important. So for example, the LinkedIn DM framework, right? Obviously, this is our entire copy-paste DM framework. No DM framework is copy-paste, but this is the literal DM framework that we have utilized, right? In order for us to scale to multiple 6 figures with the automations and everything. So basically, if you use this B2C DM framework or our B2B DM framework, then you're going to be absolutely king, okay? You're going to be absolutely crushing it. So this copy paste, okay? Send me a message. I'm going to send it over to you. You don't need to figure out a new DM framework just because you started out on LinkedIn. You don't need to figure out how to send messages to leads because it's inside this sheet. So it's extremely important, okay? There are some example conversations as well here, just so you can see how you can actually convert people on LinkedIn. These are literally our own conversations of calls that we booked, right? So make sure that you check them out and you basically copy the DM framework and use it accordingly of how we are using it here, okay? So that was the LinkedIn here. And the Instagram template is extremely important as well, okay? Because you can literally set up the almost same system on Instagram, just maybe even with a higher success rate, because there are just simply more people in more niches on Instagram, okay? So if you're generating 89,000 in revenue a month only on Instagram, like, what do you think what we are doing, right? So obviously we know something that you probably don't, and this is in this template, okay? These are some results that our clients are getting as well, right? 20K for Jeremy and his team, for example, right? It's insane. 3K day for Eric. So it's pretty crazy. Important things to note down as well. Let's say you send 9,000 outreaches a month on Instagram, right? Which you should, again, you should do that, right? 900 responses, you get, again, a 10% response rate, 90 meetings booked, and 9 clients signed up. It's not a rocket science, right? This is basically how we optimize everything for our clients. Obviously, if you're able to get these numbers, right, again, let's take a 4K price point, you're going to be making $36,000 per month, right? It's simple math. Let's say that you combine this with our LinkedIn process and you're almost hitting 100K from just doing outbound, right? So again, guys, you don't need ads in order for you to generate over $50,000 per month if you utilize this template that I'm showing to you right here. I'm literally giving away the absolute best of secrets. Right now, it's the same spiel here with Instagram. You need automations, right? If you're sending messages on your own, it's not going to work. These are the automation tools that we are using mostly, right? I already did a video about this, how exactly we are using these. The most important thing that you need to use something that sends the outreach, something that scrapes the lead, something that nurtures the leads, and then you will be set up for you to be able to implement the setter. Before this process, before you understand this process of how to automate this entire thing, before you understand the DM framework, right, you're not even ready to hire a setter, because what the hell are you going to train the setter on? What the hell is the setter going to do? Do you want your setter to be spending time with literally sending first messages in his entire workday, right? Or do you want him to conversate with qualified leads so he can book you appointments, right? Obviously, you want the latter, right? And this is the entire Instagram DM framework, okay, that we are utilizing for our clients as well, and something that we use. Again, I already did videos about this, right? But it's extremely important that you learn how to utilize this exact sheet and how to actually take it to your advantage. It's literally a copy-paste sheet from explaining your offer, from questions for the prospect. Oops, I didn't want to do that. From questions from your prospect, from questions that you can ask the prospect, right? And breaking it down basically to its elements, right? Basically, what exactly you need to say at what stages of the conversation if you talk with a lead on Instagram. This is our B2B DM framework, by the way. You also include a B2C DM framework inside this sheet. So you will be able to actually utilize it. And again, there are some example conversations as well. So you can learn the DM framework and you can understand how we utilize it. And you can look at the examples and you can understand how it's actually used in real life. Okay, so it's extremely cool what we have done here, right? Obviously, if you learned how to do that, right, and if you understand this process, first of all, then you understand how outreach works and how to actually do a quality outbound process. Now, you are already way better off than if you're just literally wasting your time sending messages in front of your computer. Now, you're outbound on both platforms, right? Sorry, on all three platforms, on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. You can basically get it done in 1 to 2 hours of work a day. And you will just need to conversate with leads, which if you have this amount of leads, conversating with leads is going to be extremely hard. Your offer, again, is not going to be scalable if you are doing things on this scale. And this is why the next phase is how to hire the best setters in the market. This is the number one thing that most people struggle with. First of all, you need to understand a setter is for taking care of conversations. A setter is to book calls. A setter is not a freaking minimum wage worker who needs to do some simple task like sending out messages, right? A setter is someone who needs to be a specialist, right? It's someone who needs to be a professional. For example, Sarah and Valentina here, right, are two setters. I already showed Sarah's profile, for example, right here. They are extreme high-level experts. First of all, they understand the process that I explained. They understand our DM frameworks. They know our targeting because I know how to train them, right? We train them on top of that. And this is why they are able to book us the amount of qualified meetings that I just showed you, right? For example, in the past 3 months, 294 events. It's pretty insane. It's basically with 2 setters. Obviously, they are leveraging 6 profiles only on Instagram, right? So that's insane. That's why the automations are extremely important. Not just quality, but also quantity is extremely important, okay? So how to find candidates? First and foremost, you have to understand the importance of having a big pool of quality candidates. Only then will you be able to find the right target, the right talent, right? So again, it's kind of the same idea, right? If you want to have the right candidates from setters, you need to understand that you're looking for something that we call fit growth specialists, right? You can call them growth specialists, we call them fit growth specialists because simply our growth specialists are so well trained that if you implement them into your company, they are going to be performing, right? So what I want you to understand is everything that I'm going to explain here, the training and how we implement these setters and how you can do this for your own company. If you want to do it on your own, cool. But if you want to get someone who has done it hundreds of times already, then make sure that you sign up with us, okay? Because we implement setting themes for our clients. We go through this entire this entire process, not only the automation process that we implement, it's completely done for you, but we also go through this entire system that I'm going to explain of implementing the right setters for your company, right? Because this is literally the number one thing that people who want to scale struggle with, okay? So what you need to pay attention to from the very beginning, all right? Experience level, professionalism, cooperativeness. So the first strategy is to find people that would even be interested in your position, okay? Now for this, obviously, you need to be a serious business owner. If you're not really making any money, don't think about a setter, right? Like you need to start utilizing everything that I told you before hiring a setter. You need to start utilizing it. You need to make a lot of cash, right? At least $5,000 to $10,000 per month. And then you can think about hiring a setter. But if you're already at that point, this is a Facebook group list where we have found quality setters before. There's exact reasons of why it's good, why the the group is good, what is the very specific nuances of the specific group, right? And then obviously if you found these groups and you basically join all of these groups, what I want you to do is you post this post, right? This is a template. You can literally copy paste this post. This is how exactly we hired our setters as well, right? For example, you can see my brother sending this in when we hired our previous setters, right? Obviously after your post, you need to check setter profile, setter activity in the group, setter location. Okay, so check all of their profiles. You're going to post it into the group. You're going to get messages based on that, right? People will want to sign up. For example, on this, we had 35 candidates who wanted to join our business. Obviously, we have a very professional page. So you need to have a professional page. You need to have a good offer because good setters understand if you're a good business owner or not, right? So don't be a fake. But then you're going to have a lot of people wanting to sign up with this, okay? I will X these out because they're just confusing me. Okay, extremely important. So once you start doing the posts in the Facebook groups, all of them, right, using our template based on the post, you can just literally implement it for your offer. You are going to start having candidates. Now, the next step is to qualify candidates, not just based on your profile, but also on way more deeper things, right? With the Facebook group strategy, you will have a huge pool of quality setters wanting to join your company and build with you. This is key because from here, your job is to select the best possible candidates for your company and book an interview with them. Okay, so the goal here is that you book an interview with the people who you're interested with. But we are not going to book an interview with everyone who commented, everyone who messaged you. We are going to book an interview with a specific candidate that we want to work with, okay? So this is basically the process. So basically the setter reached out to you or the setter commented onto your post, right? So the first step is asking for a CV, then request to fill out a personality test, okay? Many people skip on the personality test and on the CV, okay? Guys, just because you might not feel like the biggest CEO in the world just yet because you're not making 7 figures yet, right? That doesn't mean that you don't need to treat your employees and you don't need to treat your company as a proper CEO, okay? Every single company asks for a CV. You need to ask for a CV. Don't be unprofessional, okay? If a setter cannot put together a good CV, if the setter is not explaining its experience, if the setter is not willing to fill out a personality test for you, then you just immediately throw them out the window, okay? The main purpose of the hiring process that we are doing is that you're extremely strict with whatever the hell you're doing with this, right? You need to be strict because our general idea is slow to hire, quick to fire. I can't say it enough, okay? You hire the best possible candidate because once you hire a bad apple into your company, it can be like basically your entire company can be fucked, right? You can waste months of your time, of your energy, of your resources, and your company is going to perform worse than before because the setting is one of the most important positions inside your company, right? Now, obviously, after that, you need to send a qualification sheet and ask for a detailed answer in email, and you can schedule the interview with anyone who you found fit after all of this process. Very important, no protagonist personalities, right? If you send a personality test, you cannot take a protagonist personality, okay? Extremely important. So first of all, you need to ask for a CV, okay? Then the setter needs to send it over. Then you need to send them the personality test. We always use 16 personalities. This is the best personality test that we have found. We literally qualify every single one of the setters with 16 personalities, okay? No protagonists. Protagonists are people who want to literally utilize your company for their own gains, right? Okay, so obviously there always needs to be something for the employee as well. There needs to be a good, steady work environment and good pay. But at the end of the day, protagonist personalities are literally just there to make some quick bucks, okay? So I wouldn't hire them, okay? Never hire them. 99% of candidates will be protagonists because people who want to become setters are usually protagonist personality types because they have this entrepreneurial vibe, okay? But you don't want to hire them, all right? You want to hire defenders, commanders. These are the good personality types, all right? Now, obviously, this is a little additional description of what exactly we need to do here. I'm not going to go through it again, but if you want the sheet, I can send it over to you so you can walk through this once you execute it on all of these steps, okay? Now, you need to send them a qualification sheet. This is the exact qualification sheet that we send to the setters that we want to hire, okay? So make sure that you message me again. I'm going to send it over to you, and you can send this to every single candidate, and you will be able to also hire good setters for yourself. And then you need to interview the best fit, okay? Again, many people just literally hire setters because they just, I don't know, they just like their vibe, okay? Or they like the information that they got from them so far. And, you know, we already walked through a lot of steps, right? CV, personality, qualification sheet, checking their profiles, understanding their exact background, for example, their work background. So, you know, we ask everything. We ask employment background, we ask role and responsibilities, platforms used, results achieved, reasons for leaving the previous workplace. You need to understand these things because if you don't see the full picture even before scheduling an interview, like quite literally, you're just going to do an interview with someone who you don't even know who he is, and then you're going to waste your time hiring someone who you shouldn't, and they're going to fuck up your company. Okay, extremely important. So basically, after sending this, you need to interview them. Okay, this is the exact same system that we use, for example, of hiring one of our best performing setters. His name is George, right? We actually led through this entire system. George is at the moment doing appointment setting for one of our clients because we literally had to rework our entire company. We are scaling extremely fast, so we had to let go of him, but we would have never let go of him because he's so well trained. So we literally implemented him into our client's company. So again, if you want to join our program, we are going to do this entire process for you, right? The pre-training and everything. You don't need to have any headaches about it, right? From here, the only thing left is the interview process, okay? The interview process is extremely important. Before that, you read through the CV, okay? And prepare for the interview. Set up questions that you want to ask. On the interview, don't sugarcoat, okay? You need to, these people need to understand that your position is commission only. Never hire someone who is not commission only, okay? And they need to sell themselves to you, okay? Extremely important. And the most important qualities you need to pay attention to is work ethic, that they are humble, can follow orders, coachable, right? This is the entire hiring question sheet, right? Okay, this is the entire interview template. So if you don't know how to do interviews because you're not trained in HR, right, which you should be, this is why you should get this sheet, then make sure that you understand this, okay? You can literally copy paste everything that we say here and we wrote here exactly into your interviews. You can copy paste these interviews. There are example interviews as well that we took notes of actual setters that we interviewed, right? Interview 1, interview 2. These are the notes that we took, right? These are the same notes that you should take, but you can literally just copy and paste what we did, and then you can do it in your own company as well. Right now, we are extremely close to actually hiring the setter, okay? Basically, after the interviews, you just need to choose the best candidate. By this time, because we have literally went through such an in-depth process of this, that you will be able to hire the best setter, you're going to have a killer basic setter. From here, you will need to train and manage the setter, okay? Now, as a CEO, leading, training, and managing your appointment setting team is one of the most crucial tasks, okay? Basically, the task of the CEO, the number one tasks of the CEO is being a leader and fulfilling clients. Everything else is literally something that you should delegate, okay? So setter training and management, like leadership roles, is something that you will never be able to delegate because you are the CEO of the company, right? If you exit your company and you just become the owner and you have another CEO that is doing these things for you, then of course that's super cool, right? But at the moment we are not in this position, and I don't think that you are in this position, right? So as a CEO, this is extremely important. Appointment setters are the front line of your revenue generation process. This is why you need to train them extremely well, right? Mastering the skill of training people and helping them grow exponentially through your training and through your management is extremely important, right? These are the leveraged activities that I already said, right? Fulfillment, content, team management. These are the leveraged activities of a CEO, okay? Because another thing that you cannot really delegate is creating awesome content assets like what you're seeing here, right? This is me, I'm doing this, right? But everything else is delegated in my company except the fulfillment because I want my clients to get the best results, right? So these are also some results that our clients are getting. For example, Andrew, his setter is George, as I just explained, right? Signed up 23 new clients in August, okay? So it's extremely important. Now, in terms of building up setter teams, we have built up countless setter teams, and this is why we are super good in managing them, okay? So what I want you to understand is the people that we implement into our clients' companies, these are the same people that you should be looking for and you should be training, are feed growth specialists, right? They're only commission-based, right? A normal setter's cost of acquiring upfront is, let's say, $500. Let's say if you work with someone from the Philippines and you pay them $500 a month, right? Or a little bit more maybe, and let's say they make you $5K, right? That's not too good, right? But if you acquire someone who is commission-based and knows what they are doing, like the feed growth specialists that we are using, they're going to be taking a 10% cut for $50,000 generated or $30,000 generated, okay? So this is why you need to find the best candidates and you need to train them well, right? Now, if you don't know how to train your setters and if you don't know how to do this process, this is the entire training programs that we literally sent our setters to, okay? This is the actual training programs that we trained our own setters on and we train our clients' setters on, okay? That's extremely, extremely important to understand that this is something that if you send to your setter, without even knowing how to train a setter, they just watch this through and they are going to be pretty well trained. Of course, never hire a setter without understanding what I talked about in the first half of the video, how to do this on your own. But once you know that, you just literally need to send these things over, do a little bit of extra training on your own specific offer, and you're going to be absolutely golden, okay? So remember, your appointment setters are key to driving growth in your business. By hiring the right people and giving them the support they need, you're setting up a strong team that you're consistently bringing qualified leads, okay? Hiring is just the beginning. Continue to train, lead, and communicate with your employees, and this is the most important thing, okay? Now, enjoy and execute, okay? So this, after running through this, all right, this is obviously very, very quick run through of what we are sharing here completely for free, okay? But make sure that if you want to do this on your own, don't do it without this template, okay? So at least send me a message on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, check out our client results, they're absolutely insane, okay? Make sure that you send me a message on Instagram. I'm going to send it over to you. You can even ask me questions, right? Let's say you're interviewing people and you don't know if they are the right fit. You can ask me a question on Instagram. Hey, Zoltan, do you think that these people are the right fit? He's this personality type, these are the notes that I took on the interview, etc., 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 right? This is the experience of them. I'm going to tell you, right? Or if you don't know how to set up the automations, I'm going to help you in that, okay? We can even book a call and I can actually lead you through it, okay? But the most important thing is if you want us to do this entire thing for you, because it would be too much headache. Let's be frank, right? In order for you to execute on this, it takes a little bit of time. If you want this done inside this entire system, on top of the ad campaigns that we run for our clients, inside 7 days, right? 7 days after joining our program, make sure that you sign up with us, okay? Make sure that you book a call with us. Let's talk about how we can do that for you. We can implement this entire system with a highly trained setting team, with the outbound system, with the automations, and we are going to also build on top of that ad systems on that inside 7 days for you from joining our program. So make sure you book a call with us, okay? Don't just freaking watch my videos. I know you're watching my videos, okay? I get these DMs over and over and over again that people keep watching my videos and they're like, yeah, I'm getting ready to join. I'm getting ready, right? Freaking make the decision, book a call with me, make the best decision of your life, and freaking start rocking it. Let's scale you to 7 figures. Thank you very much.